What's good, y'all? So today, the main focus of this video is going to be on cartridges versus safety razors. Not necessarily the pros and cons, but kind of like that. I kind of do this will just be off the top of my head and my experiences with both. So just a brief overview of what I'm going to be shaving with is B&M Cheshire. And then a Mercura 34C. I don't have a review on this yet. I'll get that out. This is mainly just about the topic of the video, which again is cartridges versus safety razors. So I'm going to lather up with my Paragon shaving brush and my Persona Lab Blue, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm all lathered up. Let's go ahead and get shaving, and we'll get into it. So, cartridge versus DE. So a little bit about my experience. I started shaving in general when I was about 14 or 15. You know, that kind of peach fuzz. Kind of move the camera over a little bit. Let's see, hopefully that's better. So that was kind of my peach fuzz phase, you know, where you just kind of start learning how to shave in general. Regardless of what it was, whether it was cartridge razor, for my generation, I think that's kind of what that would have been, or safety razor. So I started learning with that, and then around 17 or 18 is when I really started to need to shave. And so I was using a cartridge razor and some shaving gel. Kind of like it was the Harry's, no, Dollar Shave Club. Like that invisible shaving gel. I think of that as like a marketing ploy. Looking back, it was not good at all. Anyways. So I used that for a long time until I was, you know, I'm 21 now, and I've been wet shaving for probably almost 3/4 of a year now. And I lost my train of thought. I'd been cartridge shaving all that time, and I thought it was the only thing available. This is what everyone else is shaving with. I guess I've got to be shaving with that too. So when I was 21, no, I think it was 20, I guess. Maybe I just turned 21. Anyways, a friend of mine says, "Hey, why don't you try a double-edged razor, safety razor?" So I did. Let me lather up and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I did try it. And spoiler alert, I never looked back. The pros and cons, I would say, of each. I'll go ahead and get into that. Sorry, that was a pretty slow first part. I'm trying to multitask. I'm trying to get better at that. So the pros or one of the only pros I can think of for the cartridge razors is that they are faster to shave with. They are significantly faster. You just kind of, and you don't even think about it. that's one of the only pros I could come up with it. The shave is not nearly as good. The experience, this was one of the biggest things. The experience was, it was terrible. First off, it left my skin completely irritated, red, and I had ingrown hairs everywhere on my face. It was just bad. So that was the first thing I noticed with the DE. Just very minimal irritation, and you do have to learn the technique. That is a con of the safety razors, is you do have to learn. But once you learn, it's a very simple. You can pick up any razor and start shaving and getting the best shaves you've ever had. That is one of the best the best pros, sorry, of the safety razors. You control your shave. What do I mean by that? This is my second pass, and if I wanted to, I could stop here. It's not the closest shave. I would say this is about what I would get with a cartridge razor. It's not the closest shave, but this would do. It's definitely better than what I started. But because I want to get that classic, whenever you think of like the barbershop shave, you think of smooth as could be. And that's what I'm about to get, and that's what I go for every time, and that's what I get every time in the comfort of my home. Don't have to go out to a professional and get it. You are your own professional. So let me lather up again, and I'll be back for the third pass. All right, so the third pass here. I'm gonna continue on. I'm gonna kind of get into the pros now of the DE, because the cartridge razors, they're almost, in my opinion, and I may be a little biased, but it's from my experience. So the next pros that I can think of, so let me get into the one con. So the con is that it does take longer. I would say that it takes me on average about 20 minutes to get a good 3-pass shave plus touch-ups with the safety razor. That being said, it is the best shave of my life every time, and you can't put a price on that. Let me talk about the biggest one for me. The biggest pro. Shaving used to be something I dreaded. I hated it. And I would just delay shaving every single time. It was the worst thing for me to do. And it was absolutely a chore. 100% a chore. And I think if you are a guy watching this, or a girl, doesn't matter, you would agree with me, I believe. This is now my hobby. I have come to enjoy wet shaving. Traditional shaving, it's almost my passion, really. Wet shaving not only comes with the joy and relaxation of it, but also the community. Big communities on Reddit, Facebook, YouTube. Anything you want, you can get it with wet shaving. I decided to make a YouTube video or YouTube videos because I love this hobby so much. I want to contribute to it. That's why I'm making these videos, trying to show you the beauty of wet shaving. And see right here, this is already worlds better. Look at that, no redness at all. I couldn't dream of that with a cartridge razor. Yes, it takes a little longer, but the pros so much outweigh the cons. Let me wash this off. I'll be right back, and I'm going to do the touch-up pass, and then we will wrap this shave up. Be right back. Okay, got the final touch lather on. So, in conclusion, am I saying that you need to switch to this if you're using cartridges? Absolutely. Will you get the best shave of your life? Absolutely. Will it take some time? Yeah. Yeah, it will. But it is more than worth it. You'll be part of a growing community that is always there and willing to help. You'll be passing on a tradition. These are razors that you can pass on to your children. It's just a wonderful hobby. It really is. Now, I will say, I just feel like I need to say this. If you're happy with what you're doing, you absolutely don't have to listen to me. I'm just a nobody here on the internet, sharing my thoughts and opinions, and if you don't agree with them, that's fine. You don't have to do this. I just recommend, if you haven't tried it, I just 100% recommend that you try it. And you can start off cheap, and this is something I wanted to say. Let me finish, let me wipe this off, and then I want to say one last thing, and then I'll let you go. Okay, I'm going to put on the splash, and I want to leave you with this. I'm using Red Vanilla, beautiful scent. If you decide, hey, safety razors aren't for me, I'm going to stick with cartridges, that's fine. Use what works. Forget about me. But do get a brush and some real soap, just like this. Comes in a container. I got a ton of this. Here's Holy Caw. I mean, there's tons of brands. Do get a brush. I recommend a synthetic. They're cheap. Soaps are cheap. Pick any one. Holy Caw, Declaration Grooming, Noble Otter, Barrister and Man, Sterling Soap is a good one for on a budget. Any one of those that I just mentioned. Do buy a synthetic brush, $20. Soap, 15, $20. And use a cartridge razor. Just Get off of the Barbasol, get off of the gels. It will open up a world of scents, performance, post-shave. I mean, the list goes on and on. And then you got things like aftershaves like this, the beautiful scents here, right here. Show you a picture of that. At this point, you may be saying, I don't want any of that, a Barbasol. Fine. Use your Barbasol, use your Dollar Shave Club gel, and be on your way. But if you want to improve your experience of shaving and not dread it every time, please do yourself a favor. Get a safety razor, get soap, synthetic brush. You can get all those for $50. Just ask for recommendations in the comments. Myself or others in the community we can recommend. Just please, I recommend it. Just get started and see if it doesn't change your life. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Bye.